Sunday morning, you know what that means. Yes, cyclocross race. West Stow, just outside Bury St Edmunds this week. I've had a little bit of a look at the course, and most of it is the same as last year. Yes, the logs are still in. Now, I've had an issue with these 2 years in a row. First time in a training session.
Okay, pull it up, push it down, flick. Oh, don't think I quite got that right there, man.
Actually tore a ligament in my shoulder, took 6 weeks to recover. Then last year managed to come off spectacularly in the race, so they're just in my head. I can't leap them, I need to learn how to do it. I've got a feeling that's going to cost me time in the race, but we will have to see. And then they've changed the course going into the log section and put some twists and turns in. They need to smooth them out and make it flow more. That's the general consensus from the Masters 50s lot. See what you can do, guys. See if you could just tweak that for next year. And then this will be the second best course, after Hawley, of course, in the Eastern League. The sandpit has had a big upgrade this year. It's longer and the sand looks a lot deeper. I think that is going to be a challenge in our race. We'll see. Rest of the course pretty much the same, still got the steps in, all the other great features. I'm hoping I can be close to the top 10. There's a few out of area riders today, some more of the top boys are back today, so the competition is definitely stiffer than the last few races. Not sure how my legs will feel today, but training's been going fairly well, and hopefully I can still be consistent and be pretty much up there.
Take him out.
God. What are they doing?
That was going to be a crash before the start.
You ain't having a clothing issue, Steve,
Same old, same old.
Simon Howlett.
Right, Simon.
So it's an uphill start, which I tend to prefer, as it usually means the getaway off the line isn't quite so fast, but this one did go off at a fair pace, and you can see me there. I am pushing hard up the top, and I'm actually in a pretty good position by the top, and I'm pretty happy with where I am. I'm in 9th currently at this time, and like I said before the race, there is a lot of hitters in this one. I'm now back to 10th. Now 11th, as a couple of riders come past me, but that was to be expected after getting a good start, and there will be plenty of riders behind me that are still out of position, but maybe hopefully 1 or 2 in front that are also out of position, and maybe I can get a place back on. This twisty section of wood comes up quite quickly, and you can see how important it was for me to get a good start. You can see top rider there, Glenn Davey, fellow clubmate, right behind me, but there's just no room to get by, and I can sense people right behind me. There's Alex right on my wheel, but I know I'm holding these guys up, and I do feel a bit bad about it, because I'm thinking, guys, I'm holding these up, I'm like a flippin' doorstop here. Yeah, that was Glenn, but he made a little bit mistake. I was just calling out because I'm thinking if he's right behind me, I'll drift to the side and let him through. Now there's the first of the logs, and I know I'm going to lose time over there. You can see Glenn's already passed, and he absolutely flies over the logs, and he is off and chasing back towards the front where he should be racing. He had a very bad start on this one. Now, I'm just thinking to myself, push hard. Unfortunately, Paul's had another bad first lap incident, dropped the chain I believe, but he's getting it sorted. Steve give me an update, letting me know I'm in 11th place as I come through the line. The first lap is a bit shorter, come through the line for the first time, and I've got a decent gap. As I come into the sand that I'm usually pretty good at and fairly confident, but I do come, there's literally no tracks through, very broken, and I lose time by having to stop, jump off, and Simon Christie, West Suffolk Wheelers, who are hosting the race, he's in front of me. Steve giving another update there, really helpful to get updates while racing. We're both over the hurdles. I'm pushing Si on. We raced together quite closely at many races this year, and it's always good racing with him. He's a very fair competitor, and we're quite evenly matched.
Well done, dude. 13th.
You can see I'm holding up Paul there as he comes back through, making his way back towards the front.
Sorry, Paul, didn't notice you, mate.
I didn't actually realise it was Paul behind me there, and I was literally deliberately blocking the rider behind because I'm not going to let someone pass me easily. We are all racing for spaces. If I'd have known it was Paul, he's not in my race, I would have just pulled to the side because he's going to fly once he gets up there. My legs are feeling a little bit heavy now on the second lap. I'm not feeling that I've got
Well done,
the
dude.
freshest
Hop
legs.
on the back of that little group and work your way through.
Yeah, hop on the back of Paul Groombridge's wheel. That might not be a thing, Ben. He is just, I'm not even going to say just a bit faster, a lot faster than me. But this downhill section was really bumpy, and even someone as fast as Paul can't go that quick because literally your bike is almost out of control. But managed to get a gap on those behind, making the most of the hill.
Let's go.
Past Simon, encouraging him to jump onto my wheel, and you can see Andy Daniels has caught us up after a bad start, and he is making his way through onto the back of my wheel
Well done, guys.
as we come up to
Nice
the top.
work.
He's right behind me. I can feel him there. I know it's Andy. I leave him a little bit of room, but he did struggle with the corner. He is known for that. Look at this at the Gravel Nationals there. There you go, Andy. Something to work on for him.
Go on, fight.
I've made a mess of going up that little incline
Don't let
there.
him get
Si's
away.
come by. I'm shouting at him, don't let Andy get away. I do much better in the sand this time, but the rider in front there does stop. But luckily I'm able to keep going. Unfortunately, Jamie veers across wildly and clips my front wheel. How a spoke didn't get broken or not, I don't know. Michelle updated me, I've now dropped to
Come on, Simon.
15th. So I was 11th. Now 15th. I'm encouraging Simon to push on. He is doing just that as he makes his way back past Jamie on the steps. So now it's just time to push. And I know this hill,
right
I'll be
side.
stronger than both of these riders. I'm through on Simon, moved up to 14th.
Push then,
I'm
Jamie,
on
come on.
Jamie, encouraging him to push. He drifts over, leaving me some
Come on.
room
Let's go.
for me to go through. And I'm like, come on, let's go, guys. Because if you can work with 2 or 3 other riders in a race, I find that really pushes me on a lot more than being on my own. So I'd rather have a couple of riders a bit near me, and then we can hopefully pull away
Come on,
from
dude,
those
push on. Andy's struggling in
much
the
further
technical.
behind.
You're quicker.
Ben giving me good encouragement, telling me Andy
Nice
is just
work.
ahead still, and I can pull it back. Nice little hand sling by me round the post there, I thought. And I am pushing on. Jamie's having way too much fun if he can do jumps on his bike when we're racing. Dude, you need to put more effort into racing than doing the stunts. But it was impressive. It was impressive. And you can see the 3 of us together.
on,
Jamie's
Jamie,
just got
push.
in front.
Come on, let's go.
We all be caught.
Come on, let's go. Come on, with brakes on the side.
I know.
Plenty of shouting from me and Simon.
Go on.
Simon's passed me on the log.
Bring him back.
I'm shouting for him to bring it back, and he does. Takes us right back up to Jamie's wheel. Little bit of a close battle here for the 3 of us, and this was some fun racing, I must say. Simon got by, and I knew coming into this corner I wanted to get by them both. I felt they were dying a bit and that I was being slightly held back. Now I've gone in hard on this tight bend.
Sorry,
I've
mate,
gone in
mate.
too hard on Simon there, and I shoulder to shoulder with him. I did apologise to him afterwards. I said, this is a bit strong, but I wanted to get by, and he's like, mate, I thought what I'd do is I won't panic too
Come on,
much
dude.
because you'd mess
Low
the
gear,
sand
spin
up
it through,
again.
Low gear. There you go. Power. There
Obviously,
you
he
go.
didn't know I had Coach Ben there giving me tips on getting through this sand, and literally I've managed to extend my gap over both Simon and Jamie. Michelle giving me an update.
Well done, dude. Really nice
that
work.
Paul in
Lower
front,
gear
Paul
through-
right, his
lower gear
bike's
through
making a bit of
sand pit was
noise.
so much faster.
And he has drifted back
catching.
to me. I'll get more coaching from Ben, give me plenty of tips. And I'll push on well. Support from Tom. I'm over these tree logs. I really don't like them. I will be sorting that out for next year, 100%. You wait till next year's video and see how good I am, because look what's happened. I had a massive gap a little while ago, and now Jamie's right behind, and I am literally pedalling for my life. I am running scared as we enter lap 5, but I have pulled out a decent gap over Jamie now.
Nice high cadence through his sand.
And I was actually getting closer to Paul and Andy in front. I could tell I was doing better on quite a bit of the course. So I was hopeful that maybe I could pull one of them back. Getting good support there from Bob. Thank you everyone for the support, as always.
Well,
even extra this week.
Behind, but still a place to be had in front.
Because obviously when I'm racing against Simon Christie, we got double the people cheering for Simon. And I just always think it's for me. Anyway, in at the end, 13th, started 13th, finished 13th. I was glad to finish.
That was so... That's just them logs. I lose so much time because I have to slow down, bump over them. The boys that jump, I lose 10 seconds. So I need a big gap, do you know what I mean? So when they were right with me, Simon and Jamie had just come by me and then hold me up on the rest of it. I was blowing though. My legs this week. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that extra turbo on Friday. Stupid mistake, but never mind. Well, my legs felt good, so I thought, oh, I'll do another one, you know. For the greater good, the longer game, but I just took that bit more out of my legs this week, but never mind. And it's quite a tough course. That is tough. Well, because they're so twisty, you're on and off that power, punch, punch, punch. Yeah, never mind. So there's at least 3 in front of me, not in the league.
Plus, you had a good ride, I think. I think there was it's one of those courses where I think people either do really well or not so well, and I think you did quite well today, really.
I did all right. I fought back. I fought well, I think. Because I knew the problem is I was out of position, so I knew...
What happened at the start? Because you were ahead of Glenn at one point. What happened? And then you just I thought you were higher up. By the looks of it, you were about 8th as you come through the line, and then you just sort of dropped a good...
Well, they just come by me.
Oh, did they just...
Everyone just come by me. That I was holding up.
Yeah.
They couldn't get by me because I'm not a roadblock, am I? And then as soon as Glenn could get by me, I felt bad. But I didn't know where... I knew he was behind me, but I didn't know if he was right behind me or a foo behind.
Yeah.
I couldn't have done any better. I didn't have no more. My legs just didn't have the legs this week. They were good enough, but they weren't as good. They're really hurt this week compared to any other week.
Yeah.
But it's fourth out of fourth race. And I only had 1 week gap between that and the Leicester one, which I think helped me for the first 3 doing that Leicester one, but it's probably carried on a bit. 4 in a row. I need a rest. So rest and recoup now, and then back for 2 more.
Boxing Day, New Year's Day.
Boxing Day, New Year's Day racing, but yeah, that's just like filling little fun races. Nothing. Well, New Year's Day, Madison, Herne Hill.
Yeah.
Let's get it done. Going for the big W with Cheeky Ben if he ever does any training, of course, and gets well because he's always ill. Takes after the camel lady, but yeah, we'll get going. Boxing Day, bit of fun, romp around in woods. Runners and riders. If you ain't signed up, Facebook, Runners and Riders, see what it's about. Get yourself down there because there's still places, I'm told, and not many riders yet. We need a few more riders. Come on, you riders, let's go. We've got to beat them runners again this year. But yeah, looking forward to it. Bit of recovery now.
Well, I didn't really have the legs for the race today. I just felt I didn't quite have that punch that I've had the past few weeks. And I think it was because I put in that extra turbo session. It was only 45 minutes endurance on Friday, but I think that was enough just to take the shine off me. And I probably shouldn't have put it in. It wasn't in my plan. Why I decide these stupid things, I'm sure you guys all do it as well. To put in extra training, it's ridiculous. I should have followed my plan. I've done that for the past 3 weeks. It served me well. Of course, always looking for that little bit more. I pushed it a bit too much. Hey, it is what it is. Had a bit of a look at my race stats that I always do, and I thought this week I'll take you through what I look at and where I sort of weigh the importance on things, because a lot of people will look at their power, look at their heart rate, but you've got to be able to add some context to it. So usually the first thing I do is I look at the lapometer that we have. We do have some fantastic stats after the race. Thanks very much to Dave Copeland, who does all the results, getting them on the website, organising everything. Obviously, there's a big team behind him, gathering the results and all that. I get it. But he's written the program that displays it all, and it's fab. I really enjoy looking at it. I know other riders do as well. I know it's not totally accurate. Someone's got to push the button on the iPad at the right time. It can be a bit out, but it still does give you a good look at how you've done. So the first thing I always look at is the lapometer, which shows me my lap times. So you can see my first lap, pretty decent, 5:44. We've got 3 people in front, 4 people behind, just so I can see roughly how I was doing. But you can see I definitely didn't do as well on the second lap. I definitely lost some time. Jamie did really well there. Simon, again, he was a bit quicker, and the 3 up front, they were going away from me pretty much all race, to be fair. My third lap, that was pretty strong. I did put in, I made the break from Jamie and Simon. And again, my 4th lap, really good. I put in a hard effort. But my legs started to die on that 5th lap. And yeah, a little bit disappointed because it's not as strong as I would have liked. So, you know, but it is where it is. You know, I can't do nothing else but work with what I've got. Then I look at my race, my stats from my Garmin. I want to know just a little quick overview. So these are my key stats I look at from yesterday. We've got the time, we've got the distance. They don't really mean a lot. They're specific to that course. Average speed, again, not too bothered as sent, but I usually have a little look just to see how the course fared. Then I've got my average watts for the race, but more importantly, I pay attention to the normalised, and that's what I like to look at and see where I am compared to the last few races. Am I roughly the same? Was there a big surge in max? So I do a bit of comparison over the last few races and just see, making sure I'm pushing enough, really. Max heart rate, that was up there yesterday, 170. That's pretty high for me, to be fair. Don't normally hit that high, normally 165. So yeah, but I was putting in a big effort at times, definitely. And my average is well up there at 163. That's high for me. I have quite a low heart rate. My low resting heart rate is like 45. So yeah, it is low. Obviously, I'm older, not going to hit those dizzy heights of the youngsters, but yeah. TSS, calories, not quite so important. I don't worry about those particular stats too much. Now, the other 2 areas I like to look at, and these to me give me good indication on, was I actually pushing hard, or did it just feel hard because I didn't have it on that day? And that's really important to know, because sometimes, you know, it can feel hard, but you're not actually performing that well. You know, we've all had those races. So I tend to look at my heart rate zones on Garmin, and you can see here, I'm in my top zones. I'm in, got a good bit of zone 5, zone 4, nothing below that. So definitely yesterday was a day where I was putting in good effort. Then I'll switch across and I'll look at my power zones. Fortunately, I do have the power pedals. Obviously, I use that to display the figures on the screen for you. I also added this week, I'd added my lap a couple of weeks ago, but I added my position because I thought that might be helpful. And obviously I have to watch through the video, work out where I am, count back. If I'm too far back at the start, I'm not going to get that. I'm going to have to wait for the first lap when I go through. But hopefully that gave you some indication of me moving about, because there was a lot of moving forward and backwards in the race this week. So it was quite enjoyable in that way, definitely. But you can see from my power zones, I've got some zone 7, lots of 6, 5. So yeah, shows I was putting in a good effort for me when I compare that against other races I've done well in, and against ones where I know I wasn't doing so well early in the season. So they're the sort of stats I look at. Be interested to know what you guys look at, really. It's always interesting to hear what other riders, how they analyse their performance. So maybe hit me up in the comments, let me know what stats you particularly look at from your ride. Or if you just don't bother and you're out there having a good time, that's good as well. I did enjoy the course. Would like to see just the new twisty section. It's just a little bit tight. I'd like a little bit more flow to that. I need to work on the logs because I asked Peter afterwards and he said there's no way they're disappearing. So I need to sort that. Hurdles, everyone's got to get off. Sandpit, fantastic. It was a real challenge this year. You could see people having issues. I didn't get it right the first time. Ben giving me a good bit of coaching, reminding me low gear, which I know, hit that low gear, power through, keep seated. it's the way to get through sand. I always quite light on my handlebars so I can let the wheel just roll around a bit, and that seems to work well for me. On the whole, otherwise, I think I did pretty well. I just didn't quite have it. 4th race in a row. I've never raced that many in a row, so I'm not used to it. I think I got my prep fairly good. Looking forward to a bit of a break for Christmas now. It's my last race now before Christmas, but I am racing on Boxing Day, as I said, runners and riders, just outside Colchester. If you do fancy it, Boxing Day morning, we need some more riders. We've only got 6 of us so far, and we do want to beat the runners. You can check out my video from last year. I'll put a quick link in here for you if you want to see what it's about, but it is fun. If you enjoy cyclocross, you'd enjoy that one. If you've enjoyed this one, you know what to do. Lots of you still watch and not subscribed. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Really does help me out. And here's a couple of other videos for you to watch over Christmas while you relax.